While training programs and schools primarily focus on hard skills, the technical aspects, and do that very well, many high school/college graduates are unprepared when it comes to the 21st century skills vital for workplace success. These soft skills include communication, collaboration, critical thinking, problem solving, leadership, and self-reflection, just to name a few. Author Sherreccia Jackson addresses this topic in Hard Skills versus Soft Skills: Achieving Balance in the Modern Workforce. This book is a must-read for recent graduates, current students, educators, and administrators. Hard Skills versus Soft Skills: Achieving Balance in the Modern Workforce ebook is available exclusively at MyPort Store at www.myportstore.us.
Thank you so much for joining on today, Mr. Hayes. I am excited to have you on the show, and welcome to the room. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm excited to be here. It's an honor and a pleasure to be on your show. So I'm just excited about getting it started.
Josh, I tell you what, man, what is Arkansas looking like right now? Is it, how was the weather there?
Hot and hot. It's muggy. It's we don't have that dry heat. It's super muggy. It's the hottest week of the summer this week. So it's been about 96 to 90 all week. Oh, it's just no fun. It's dreadful.
Well, I gotta be honest. I don't miss it.
I bet you don't.
we here in Pennsylvania, it's nice. It's about 75, 76 degrees outside. It is nice. It is nice.
Envy you right now. That's my not this.
Well, sir, I want to say again, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I am excited about sharing your skills and what your talents that you have been doing in the world of mentoring youth to the world. I think that there is attention that needs to be brought on talent that manages talent. So again, thank you for coming on the room on today. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I'm born and raised Little Rock, Arkansas. Grew up, of course, I guess, be from Arkansas. Little Rock is about the citiest of the city you're going to get. So I was a city kid. My parents were from the country. So I grew up a ball player. My dad played baseball, but he loved sports. So that's what we did. We watched sports together. And basketball became my sport. I was always tall, so it's just one of those things, especially back in the day. Oh, you're going to play some basketball. You can play some ball, automatically. That's just what I thought I was supposed to do. And my father wanted me to do it, and I liked it. And so, I guess I don't want to be all about basketball, but it's my life. So, played on the junior high level. I was the late bloomer. Got really good around my ninth grade year. I was 6'6", 6'5", 6'6" in the ninth grade, wearing a size 15 shoe since the seventh grade. And so when I grew into my body, I became one of the top prospects around. So, I played at the prestigious Parkview High School, won a state championship there, played for the Wings, and then we went to the Arkansas Hawks, which, I earned, was offered over 20 Division I scholarships by my senior year. Chose to go to Ole Miss. Yes, sir. Chose to go to Ole Miss, which what I do now is help people make those type of decisions. It wasn't a good decision that I made, but my parents didn't have knowledge of playing collegiately. And so that's one of the things I try to offer now through my program. One of the branches, I'll say. Played at Ole Miss, loved the school. Basketball didn't go as I planned, but I learned a lot. I transferred back home to University of Central Arkansas, where Scottie Pippen attended. I love school and love basketball again. Had the career that, you know, I wanted. Ended, you know, how I wanted to do, how I wanted it to end. Had some opportunities to play professionally, and they never quite worked out. And this is when and where I found my niche, which was coaching. You know, had some obstacles up and down, but got back into coaching full time. I started coaching at UTA from '05 to 2010, student and a graduate assistant. Got into a different profession. You know, and I'll talk about it real briefly. The mother of my children, we had our second son was on the way. I had a job coaching on a college level in North Carolina. Had to make a decision. She didn't want to move. And no, ultimately, I didn't want to leave my sons. I didn't want to have them being raised by their mom alone or another man raising them. So I made a full career change. Left my passion of college coaching. I started working for the state. Had a great opportunity. It was good money. But ultimately, again, that wasn't what I loved to do. And so working for the state offered me an opportunity to still coach. And what I did from there was I volunteered at Hall High School. Bobby Portis, I was his positions coach, and we won 3 state championships. And the rest is history because I was able to obtain a high school head coaching job from that experience.
Wow, wow, wow. Josh, when I think about, you know, when I listen to you, you know, give your timeline of your experience from a child all the way up into your current role, I know that the journey that we started on was the time when I was in Arkansas, also working there for the state of Arkansas. And in that, I saw a phenomenal talent in yourself as I believe you were working as a career coach or in career coaching or some sort in that particular field. But I saw you had a talent in working with youth, high schoolers, and providing them those career services. Can you just tell me a little bit about what does mentoring mean to you, and how is that important you feel that shapes, you know, the lives and the minds of children today?
Man, if I could harp on a couple of things you said real briefly, you know, I think you were one of the first persons to talk about talent. And I only thought about talent from a standpoint of athletically. Um, and I appreciate that because you see a lot of hidden talent out there. A lot of times people don't know how to pull it out of kids. And I think that's where I come into play. I look at myself in their shoes and how I wanted things to be done to or for me, what type of coach, what type of teacher I wanted. And so I just tried to be the teacher that I wanted to teach, the mentor that I wanted to mentor me, and not specifically in a certain way, just the delivery, the relationship. And so what I learned is relationships are everything in life, in business, but in mentorship, that's where the trust begins and that's where you build it. And so I became a mentor really unaware, you know, and what I mean unaware is it was, you know, unknowingly, you know, kids sought out advice. They sought out, you know, words of wisdom. And before I knew it, I was a mentor and I absolutely loved it. You know, I guess I was the baby of the family, so I was never a big brother. I was always a leader, you know, but I would say because of my athletic prowess, the more popular I got basketball wise, the less vocal I got academically. And so my leadership, it almost transferred basketball less academically. So it challenged me, I guess, to pull out something that I hadn't pulled out in years. And man, mentorship, I absolutely love it. You know, because I'm able to mentor kids on so many different levels as a teacher, as a high school basketball coach, as an AAU coach, as a skills and drills trainer, as a league director. And so I guess doing it so many years now, kids are coming back and, You know, you hear about it all the time. My mom taught for several years, and all your teachers say, the kids come back and they thank me now, and they're so appreciative, and they give me my flowers.
Yes.
And I'm not, that's what I do it for, but man, it makes you feel good.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I can tell you, you know, you said a word, well, two words that I am hard and heavy on, and that is the learning relationship. Because I really believe that relationship is, I mean, is the key to shaping the future of tomorrow. I want you to talk a little bit, about, I'm sorry, I want you to talk just a little bit, Josh, about your organization. I'm excited because just like you were on the beginning parts of Mission Hope Foundation, you know, when I was there in Arkansas, and it was it was writing the plan out, and I had just got my little office there and everything. You were in the same speed of starting Skills and Drills. And to me, Skills and Drills will forever be one of those bedrocks in the beginning origins of DDYM. And so can you just tell us a little bit about Skills and Drills, and what is your focus with that program?
I got to give you your flowers. I guess I'm not supposed to do this, but you are one of the main supporters, mentors, knowledge providers. I was wet behind the ears. I didn't know what I was doing. And you gave me a lot of insight. And I want to thank you, because it'll be 11 years in October, my man.
Wow. You're welcome.
You know, thank you so much for several different things. So I got to give you my flowers, but it started off as Skills and Drills. It started off, I did it at UCA, and at Hall High School, I used to work the players out after practice. Didn't charge them. It was free. You know what? I didn't mind it. I was still young, still could play. I'm getting out there showing the moves. I'm getting my respect. And these youngsters, let me tell you something, they don't respect you unless you can do it. You got to show them.
Yeah, I know about it.
So I think I pulled a few muscles out there trying to show them what time. But,
I need to pull a few of them. I'm just gonna do better than what I've been doing.
But yeah, but on the serious side, we saw players developing and getting better over a course of time, in a short period of time. And I really didn't think anything of it. That's what you do as a college coach. That was my mantra. That was my biggest asset as a student and a graduate assistant, was player development. And in the summertime, I got most of my responsibility, most of my load, and I conducted workouts throughout the summer, periodically throughout the day. So I just used my college knowledge and applied it to the basic fundamentals, and then added what they call the sauce, all, you know, the stuff that they want to see, the oohs and ahs, the ESPN highlights. But I applied it in a way that the kids, you know, they consistently got better over a period of time, but it was in small increments, you know. And so what it did was, it was consistency and repetition. And so what happened was, people were like, man, you need to skill and drill. You need skill and drill. And a few guys I worked with, like, hey, I got my sons, I need you to work with them, because they saw Bobby Portis's development. And so they were like, hey, man, I can get you some kids. And so, man, my first workout, they brought me 10 kids. Wow. And from there, you know, it took off. I had some ups and downs, but I tell you, my son, my oldest boy, who's 16 now.
Wow.
Jay wasn't where he needed to be. Yes, he wasn't where he needed to be. And I was about 5 months in. So I worked with him for about a 5-6 month period. His next season, he went from a power forward to a point guard. His ball handling, his decision making, everything had improved just by the consistent work. And here's the reason that my business took off. Because my own son, they saw how much better he had gotten in such a short period of time. And he was he was my best client. He was my marketing tool. Wow. And he was my advertisement tool. I used Facebook, I used Instagram. I had a flyer, I got logos, and then I started posting and uploading videos.
Wow.
And from there, the business grew. My third year in, I started doing camps. And my first camp was a success. My second camp is my record camp to this day. I had over 150 kids that do different sessions. The likes of Moses Moody, who plays for the Golden State Warriors, I was one of his trainers. He came to my camp. So guys like that. Bobby Portis was there, of course. It was at Hall High School. Um, you know, Bryson Warren, who's about to get paid a lot of money to play basketball. I'm one of his former trainers, his first trainer actually. He was there. His dad designed my t-shirts for me.
Wow.
My is I was able to grow and expand, and then 2 years after that, I got into doing leagues. I did my first league, a high school league, branched off, did middle school, and now do elementary. So I do all three, and I do them each season of the year, and sometimes back to back. So I got my playoffs going on this weekend for my elementary league. And so what has happened was, through relationships, customer service, consistency, and offering different platforms and branches, my business has grown. And I'll give you this quick rundown. So I might train a kid. They might not be that good, but they're getting better. They can't make a team. So I offer my league, and I'll put together a Hazley and a PDA team. I'll put them on my team with other kids I train. I used to do it with my sons, put them on there. My sons were better players. They could carry them, but they would put these kids in positions where they wouldn't have a lot of responsibilities, but in good position to score, to be a playmaker, to help the team. They play against other teams in my league. The coach might say, hey, who is this kid? Who is this kid? So what happened was I would provide skills and drills. Then I'll provide a team concept for them to play on. Then I'll provide an opportunity for them to get on a real team. And so it turned into a farm system almost accidentally. Well, then you go from there to I getting them to my camps. And now some of these kids come back and they're good enough to play for my teams, and the relationships of the parents, they're so happy and pleased with the services. Word of mouth is one of the best tools of business.
Wow.
And then, everything I'm doing, I'm posting on social media. I use social media as my advertisement and marketing platform. And it's free. And I know nothing, but I know a little bit. I tell youngsters that are starting their businesses now, that's the best tool that you can use. And then, of course, you can share things. You can share people's posts. You get so many shares, and that's how I've grown my business. And it's all through the grace of God, through guys like you, mentors like you, and hard work. I put my head down. And I used to work 5 to 7 days a week. And now I only have to work 3 to 4. Some days 1. And now my league itself, where I'm traveling with my boys, I got games going on during the weekends, and I don't have to be there because I have the proper staff, the proper partnerships through relationships. I partner with the church, Greater Christ Temple in Little Rock. One of my former good friends, we Boy Scouts together and attended junior high together.
Relationships.
There's
relationships.
His wife is his wife's dad is the pastor. He's over the church. I have to brag only because this is something that's your passion as well as mine, but I know you can appreciate this. I partnered with the church. The church had a rubber floor when I first started. We did the league for a year. People liked it, but they complained.
Yes.
The church and I partnered with my league. They made enough money that they have a wood floor in there now.
Oh, wow, Josh. Wow.
My friend Nick, yes. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sherreccia. Go ahead.
No. I'm listening to you, but I want to say this real quickly. When you talk about partnering with friends and then you're also talking about partnering with the church, here's what I know to be true in my own life. When you accept and embrace the gift that has been bestowed on you by our Creator, when you accept the gift, it seems that everything you need will be connected and everything will work for your path. And I'm convinced of that. And Josh, what is special to me in having this conversation with you is that I have literally seen the evolution of your life. I have seen you go literally from where you were to where you are right now. And just like it was an honor for you, it was one of the highest honors for me to have connected on your journey and to be here, 12 years later now? And it doesn't surprise me one bit that the church was able to get a brand new floor, that's the first brand new floor, because it's going to be many more that's going to come. And everywhere that you will go, brother, everywhere you would go, it's going to be another huge blessing. Josh, I got to tell you something. The one thing that I saw from you and witnessed with you and working with children and building a relationship with them that they can come back and say, hey, this is where I'm at in my life right now. Thank you. The one thing that I have always saw, that I have always admired about you, was your humility. You have been humble. And throughout the entire journey you and I have walked, I have seen humility on a whole nother level. And I've been very fortunate to have a platform now of being able to put individuals like yourself in the front, because people need to know that there is somebody that is working with young people that are putting them in a path of success. I personally believe that we need a million Josh that have your spirit, that have your tenacity, that have your determination, because your leadership itself, what you have set out for as your own goal, is going to bring many to a beautiful relationship, not only with themselves, but with their creator and with their passion. And so I'm saying to you, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a humble man. And thank you for sharing about skills and drills with us on today. I do want to close this interview, and I want to pick your brain, because as you know, one of my passions is about equipping the workforce of tomorrow. And you talked about it a little bit, and I tried to stay in my seat, because when you started talking about customer service and you started talking about relationship building, Josh, as you analyze the workforce of today, as you analyze that, and you are looking at where we are in terms of preparing our youth for the next, I want to say, for the next generation workforce, what is your recommendation? What recommendation, if you could make one, what would that recommendation be that you would give youth that are inspiring to enter into the workforce?
We got to look in the trades. Look into trades. And this is the reason I say that. Trades and technical schools, when I worked for the Department of Career Education, it was my first, I guess, introduction into what they really can do. But what I've noticed, and I'm going to speak on my community, the African-American community, we've been told our entire lives to go to school, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. And now I'm going to say this. I'm a college graduate, you're a college graduate. You know, we have higher education degrees past that, but it's not for every child. And so I think if they could look into the trade industries, I think we learned this also during the pandemic, but you'll have a job, or it'll be a need for a craft or a tool that you can provide forever. Now, I'm not all just about trades, but I'm about this. They need to figure out what they love at a young age. Wow. And the only way we can do that, we got to take them on these field trips. We got to bring in guest speakers. We have to expose them to different things. You know, Pine Bluff, I'm sorry, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, UAPB, has one of the best agricultural centers uh, in the South. I'm from Arkansas. I never knew that.
Wow.
Do you know how many kids don't take advantage?
Wow.
A lot of kids don't take advantage of that. Well, to be honest, because agriculture isn't one of the most popular things around. I guess my point for you is we got to expose our kids to everything that's out there.
Wow.
You know, these social media influencers, I'm learning what's going on. YouTubers, man, content posters, man, our kids can do these things.
Yes.
You know, and so whether we can offer courses, whether we can offer knowledge, webinars, I don't know. We got to expose our kids because I think the African American kids get the least exposure to opportunities.
Wow. Sir, Mr. Joshua Hayes, thank you so much for your time on today. It is my highest honor. I most definitely will post how individuals can get in contact with you.
Yes, sir.
This is not your last time on our show. I look to do some wonderful things with you, Mr. Hayes. I'm looking to be in Arkansas. As I've talked, my goal is to spread the message around career readiness. And I would like to do some things with your team. I would like to come to Arkansas and just spread what we are doing at Mission Hope Foundation. But with that being said, thank you so much for coming to our show on today. And if there is any, are there any parting words that you would like to leave us with?
Oh man, I'm just again thankful, blessed to be on this show, to be a part of when you started this and see the growth, just to see where you are and knowing that I could be on the show now, years later. Again, I'm deeply humbled by that opportunity. To all the viewers, hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Please keep tuning in because what Sherreccia Jackson is doing it needs to be spread out throughout. And people need to understand he's not only motivating you all, he motivated me, and we come from almost two different worlds. And what you can do for others, it needs to be put out there. So we got to grow this thing even more. And I know it's growing like crazy. I want to hear more about the curriculum, but I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Josh. You have a phenomenal evening and the rest of your day, and I'll be in touch soon. Thank you, and welcome again to the room.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so that you will know when we upload new content. If you would like to be a guest on The Room, please email us at theroom@mymhf.org. And until next time, stay motivated, stay strong, and keep improving.